this review will help us understand where we can do better in terms of making sure that part of the notification timeline, not only to include the chain of command, but also the public notification timeline, is taken into account. I don't, and again, we're talking about a hypothetical and I'm speculating here, and as a public affairs official, I can tell you that I don't see a scenario whereby this happens and there's never any public acknowledgement about it. But in terms of the timeline and how we get to where we're at the point of, okay, it's time to let the public know, clearly we could have done better and we will do better.
Hey there, guys. Welcome to the channel. The more I read about this and the more I think about this whole Lloyd Austin situation, the whole situation going on in our Pentagon, this really is very, very serious stuff. It's not a simple thing. Just think about it. Be objective as you possibly can. The Defense Secretary for the most powerful nation on the face of the earth, a nation that's directing at least one, but probably two proxy wars, secretly went under amnesia without telling his superiors, didn't tell the president, didn't properly read in his replacement. She was out with the flu. Anyway, the guy was gone long enough for American forces to be engaged in combat 8 times. And he would have kept it a total secret. We never, ever would have known about it if it didn't leak. If they'd been given the opportunity to keep this secret, they would have. And what else are they keeping secret? What else can they keep secret? This really is pretty serious stuff. And for some reason, there's like one guy on the entire planet that's actually asking hard questions about it. I'm going to show you that in a second, guys. But first, if you haven't already, please be a part of the channel's growth. 2024 is going to be a very, very important year to get conservative voices heard, and it's going to be a very, very difficult year to get conservative voices heard. The only way we can do it is together, guys. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, most importantly, share the channel. Take a look at this video.
For a reason, the principal may not be able to attend.
Okay, thank you for all the detail on that. But more broadly, why should we believe anything that this administration tells us about anything ever again?
I think we all recognize, and I think the Pentagon has been very, very honest with themselves about the challenge to credibility by what has transpired here, and by how hard it was for them to be fully transparent with the American people. I think we all recognize that. And wait, now just give me a second now. I know you got another one coming here, but we all recognize that this didn't unfold the way it should have on so many levels, not just the notification process up the chain of command, but the transparency issue. We all recognize that. And I think we all want to make sure we learn from that. It's up to you and your colleagues, and it's up to the American people to determine, how much they're going to ascribe what happened here to our credibility on every single issue. But in every way, Secretary Austin has been an exceptional defense secretary, and he still has the full faith and confidence of the commander-in-chief. He has led the department at an incredibly dangerous time for our national security interests and those of our allies and partners.
But if the administration is going to go to such great lengths to keep secrets about the defense secretary's health, how can anybody be certain that the administration would not go to the same lengths to keep secret problems with President Biden's health in the future?
If you could logically argue, and you can't, but if you could logically argue that
He's 81 years old.
Wait a second. Just give me a second here, bub. I'll get there. If the administration made some sort of Machiavellian effort across the board to keep this from getting public, then I think your question has merit and certainly is a fair one. I don't think it's a fair one because that's not what happened here, Peter. What happened here is the Secretary of Defense, for whatever reason, I can't answer the question why, that information wasn't shared. It wasn't shared widely in the department, and it certainly wasn't shared with the interagency. It's not good. It's certainly not good, which is why, again, we want to learn from this. We want to make sure that it doesn't happen again.
We got to go around here. Gotcha.
Given that this was suboptimal, as you said, and given the commitment to transparency that the administration has, how do you square that with the confidence that the president expresses in the secretary?
Okay, interesting exchange there. Peter Doocy essentially asking, can we believe anything that comes from this podium or the White House when we see this situation where the defense secretary is hospitalized for days and days and not even the president knows about it?
So yeah, man, I actually feel bad. I'm gonna be honest. I feel bad for Admiral Kirby. I mean, this guy has absolutely disgraced himself. He was a lifelong military man, dedicated his entire life to service. And now he's just a mouthpiece for incompetence and corruption, man. What the hell is he even doing there? He can't possibly believe the things that he says. I mean, Lloyd Austin, he says he's been a great Secretary of Defense. Lloyd Austin has been a terrible Secretary of Defense. He's presided over who knows how many unnecessary deaths and maimings in Afghanistan, 13 of them being our own brave service members. He has emboldened and strengthened Iran and every single one of their subsidiaries. And he's been at the forefront of completely bipolar policy in Eastern Europe. The guy is a disgrace. I can't even say that he probably means well. I mean, Kirby is right about one thing. He's the boss during an incredibly dangerous time. But the problem is it's dangerous because he and the people he works for have made it dangerous. And dude, Doocy's question about keeping serious health concerns secret for Austin being indicative of the kind of secrets that they could keep about an 81-year-old president, that's just not possible to argue. That makes all the common sense in the world. And all Kirby could say was, hold on there, bub, that's not like it is, man. Like channeling his best Joe Biden. But come on, that is exactly how it is, bub. But guys, that's just my take. Let me know yours in the comments. And if you haven't already, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share the channel. I'll see you in the next one.